Did you know that home negotiations are back for buyers who are looking to purchase a home this fall? My name is Kate Berry and I'm with Insiders Realty here in Madison, Wisconsin. I am standing in my listing in Maple Bluff, and I want to talk to you a little bit about what we are seeing in the market currently for buyers and how buyers are really taking advantage of a little bit of a slower season where they have the upper hand with sellers right now. So not only are we seeing price considerations where the seller is willing to negotiate price, inspections are back like normal. Buyers are able to get inspections accepted as part of their offer, but we're also seeing creative strategies coming from the seller to help the buyers bring their interest rate down by also lowering, of course, if you bring the rate down, also that lowers their monthly expenses. So let me talk to you about that. So what we are seeing often, either the buyer has the option to ask for this in negotiations, or sometimes the seller is just outright offering things called a 2-1 rate buy down. So what is a 2-1 rate buy down? This is a term that is really circling around the industry quite a bit, but I feel like a lot of buyers either don't know that this is an option or don't quite understand what a 2-1 rate buy down does for their payment. So let me give you an example. So if a seller is to offer a 2-1 rate buy down, that would be the seller paying the buyer at closing to reduce the buyer's interest rate by 2% for the first year and 1% for the second year. So to break that down a little bit in terms of what the numbers look like on a 2-1 rate buy down, this listing that I'm sitting in right now in Maple Bluff is listed at $670,000, and the seller is actually including as an incentive a 2-1 rate buy down that they will pay for the buyer. So if a buyer were to offer $670,000 for this home and put 20% down, if we assume that they were able to get a rate quoted at 7.5%, for the first year, their rate would actually be 5.5% instead of 7.5%. For the second year, it would be 6.5%. So with this purchase price of $670,000 with 20% down and a 5.5% interest rate versus 7.5%, a buyer is going to save about $700 a month on their principal and interest. So that is huge. Furthermore, I did the calculations, and the seller would literally have to reduce the price to almost, actually more than $100,000 than what they're asking. I think we're at 670. It would have to be like 560, if I'm remembering my calculations correctly, in order with a price reduction in order to get the buyer that same monthly payment. So for the cost of a 2-1 rate buy down, the seller is able to bring that buyer's monthly payment down significantly more than just what a small price drop would get, like kind of your average typical price drop of what you would see. So the rate buy down is really a savvy strategy for the seller to offer because it kind of protects their bottom line, but also it gets the buyer so much further in terms of having a lower monthly payment than trying to negotiate a purchase price reduction that probably is never going to actually happen with a seller. So I think this is a really great strategy, and it's something that sellers are offering, but I am also trying to negotiate 2-1 rate buy downs for my buyers this fall, and we've been successful in several particular situations, which has been awesome. So anyways, I just wanted to talk a little bit about what a 2-1 rate buy down is looking like these days, kind of what the market is doing right now, what sellers are offering, what buyers are writing into their offers, and just overall, we're really seeing this fall has definitely loosened up, and it's a little bit more favorable for buyers than it has ever been before. I do anticipate that once spring rolls around, we are not going to see this window of opportunity anymore. So it is definitely something to consider jumping into the market in the fall, where you have the option to be able to get a great house for a great price and a much better rate. So again, my name is Kate Berry. I'm with Insiders Realty here in Madison, Wisconsin. And thank you for tuning in and listening to my talk today on 2-1 rate buy downs.